guys, it's Deidre from Our Upcycled Life and welcome to my channel. If you like thrifting, DIYs, and repurposing, you've come to the right place and we'd love to have you follow along. So make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss any great content. And I have exciting news. I've had so many of you ask where you can purchase my graphics and I have not had time to set up an Etsy store. I finally have my Etsy store set up and all of my graphics from my previous projects are all there. So head over there now. I have 50% off the entire store right now. Use the coupon SAVE50 and pick out all the graphics you want and get 50% off your total order. And today it's just kind of a quick fun video for Valentine's Day. I found at the dollar store the little wooden cutouts of hearts, and I'm going to show you how I made them into little gift tags with a little bit of Saran wrap and Mod Podge and some graphics that I made. So let's get started. And this is everything that you're going to need. I got these wooden cutouts at the dollar store and they have all kinds of different shapes, but they have some hearts in them. And you'll need some Mod Podge, Saran wrap, the graphics that I've printed out, and some twine and scrapbooking paper. And the first thing you want to do is cut out your scrapbooking paper just a little bit bigger than the size of the hearts. We all have scrapbooking paper, I'm sure, that's been around for a long time, and this is a great project to use up all those scrap little pieces. Okay, now comes the magic part. You're going to put down a piece of parchment paper under a towel, pick out the graphic that you want, and you have the Saran wrap on top of the wooden heart. Place your graphic on top of it, put a piece of parchment paper on top of that, and you're going to get your iron, and you want your iron set at 6 with no steam. You don't want any steam. And you're just going to gently press down and let that Saran wrap melt into the wood and the paper, and it'll all adhere together. And as it shrinks and heats up, all that excess Saran wrap that you had around the outside will all melt in and bond everything together. Just check it to make sure that it's all sealed really well. It's hot, be careful. And then if you need to, you can always iron it a little bit more. And I'm just going to do all the rest of them. Now to get rid of all the paper around the edges, I just use my sanding block. You can just use a piece of sandpaper. This is 80 grit, and just sand it all around the edges, and you'll see the paper comes right off in a nice smooth edge. And I'm just going to sand all the rest of them. Now the front side of all of them is finished, and now I'm going to put the graphics or the scrapbooking paper on the back sides of all of them. Now I have all the fronts finished, I'm going to put some scrapbooking paper or graphics on the back of them. You don't have to do this step. You can leave it blank and maybe write a little note on the blank wood. It's completely up to you, whatever you would like to do with them. And now I have the fronts and the backs all finished and ready for the next step. Now I printed my graphics off on my inkjet printer so I could get some color. My laser jet printer only does black, so I wanted the floral colors. And sometimes the ink will run, so I like to put a little bit of hairspray on them so it seals that ink right into the paper before we put on our top coat. If you put the top coat on using an inkjet printer and you don't do this step, sometimes it might run on you. Now I'm flipping these over and I'm putting some hairspray on the back sides of them. That's all scrapbooking paper. I don't think that's necessary because I've never had scrapbook paper run on me, but I just did it just because. And for a top coat, I'm going to use the Mod Podge matte, and you're just going to put a real light coat over the whole surface. Now sometimes when I put the Mod Podge on as a top coat, I might get a little tiny air bubble, and I'm going to show you a trick on how to fix it. You're just going to take your parchment paper, put it over that heart, and you're just going to do the same process you did with the Saran wrap and just iron it a little bit. It'll melt that Mod Podge and it'll make it completely flat and nice and smooth. Let it cool a little bit because it's quite hot, and your air bubble will be completely gone. And now I'm going to seal the back sides. Now I'm going to drill a hole through each heart so I have a place to string some twine through. And there you have your finished Valentine tags. There's so many ways that you can use this method and so many different designs you can do. So grab some of these at the dollar store and get creating. I hope I've inspired some of you to try this technique and make some of your own gift tags. And don't forget, check out my Etsy store, 50% off the entire store. Use the coupon SAVE50. Thanks for watching and have a great day.